My name is Cathy. My son's birth mother drank throughout her pregnancy, primarily 6 packs of beer with occasional binge drinking. She did not, however, consider herself an alcoholic, but the doctor who delivered him was concerned about fetal alcohol and warned us before adopting him. My son was very small and slow with all of his developmental milestones, but otherwise he seemed typical. He was very smart, even at school, so every doctor thought that meant he couldn't possibly have a fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, also called FASD. Everything we read indicated that those with FASD had distinct facial features and significant intellectual disabilities. That was the prevailing understanding by most practitioners at the time. So my son's poor judgment, distractibility, chronic lying and stealing, inability to follow multiple directions, or even plan were initially diagnosed as ADHD. When we went to see a new counselor, he saw that in addition to these behaviors, my son was not learning from the consequences of his actions. That led him to finally being diagnosed in 8th grade with FASD at the Kennedy Krieger Institute. It was a huge relief for my son to understand the root of his behaviors and that he wasn't, in his words, a bad kid. That was hard to hear. But by then, kids had started to make fun of him and bullied him. Teachers had reprimanded him and made fun of him and made examples of him in the classroom, and he no longer felt good about himself. Getting diagnosed and proper treatment, as well as finding the National Organization on Fetal Alcohol Syndrome, allowed us to educate ourselves and empowered my son. Life with FASD will always be a difficult challenge, even though my son is more high functioning. FASD does not make life easier when you're at the high functioning end of the spectrum. Because alcohol damages the brain of an unborn child, you can't see this damage from the outside, so no one can see what is going on with our children. My son has a difficult life. Please don't drink alcohol while you're pregnant and put another child at risk. This is not what a mother dreams of for her child. FASD is an entirely preventable disorder, but only if you make the right decision not to drink. Think about it.